So here we have one of the industry's, I think one of the most recognised individuals, well thought of individuals, not only within the UK fresh produce, but internationally. Because I love the fact that you and I bumped into each other in a steakhouse in Orlando last year.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, I said, can I interview you next year? And here we are.
Well, you'll always find me at this show every year, Max. It's the biggest show in the US produce industry. There's about 20,000 people here today. Everybody who's anybody in fresh produce will be here today. So us being now one of the sort of the main ERP providers into the American produce industry, we're here, we'll be here. That means I'm here. So this is probably my 10th year in a row at this particular show.
And just give us the elevator pitch, Profits.
Right.
What do you do?
Profit, we are a ERP software company specifically focused on the fresh produce industry. So anything that's perishable, anything that's fast moving, anything that's high volume and low margin, that's our sweet spot. That's where we work. So what we try and do with companies is to really just make their supply chain super efficient, allow them to really sort of keep their costs under control, give them really good profitability data, operational data, and that allows them to make good business decisions for their business, particularly for businesses that want to grow, get bigger. And obviously when you're trying to get bigger, you need to be looking after all of the small stuff so that you can basically grow the business.
Well done, and it's always been said, or I've always learned that there's so much profitability held up within the supply chain. So with your technology, that can be released and make the whole administration element that bit easier for companies to grow, to prosper.
Yeah, so what we do is at all times, any sort of, whether it's a carton, pallet, load, at all times we try and give our clients, the produce businesses, the visibility of where it is in the supply chain and what sort of costs are attached to it at that component part of the supply chain.
Yeah.
So this all adds up to, in effect, if something is going wrong on them, they get early sight of this.
Well
with that, they get the ability to make some good decisions, and with good data and then knowledge of their supply chain and then having profit there, they can make those decisions. And whether that's to procure more product to fulfill their order situation, whether it's to divert product, or whether it's to use different product to produce, say, packs and so forth, we're giving them that information and allowing them to do that. And also the fact that the software has a lot of automation built into it. There's a lot of their processes and things that they do every day. The software can basically mimic and do that for them so that they're not, tied down with lots of administration or data that's out of date. Look, produce, we all know, fastest moving supply chain in the world, and your system has to be right on the button and right on the pulse of what produce companies are doing. So that's what we do.
And well done. And you know what the inevitable next question is going to be, AI. So there's been a lot of talk in some of the breakout sessions. They had the head of Google for AI for agriculture speaking, saying it's all about the data, but we need your data. We're all going to collaborate with. But you're on the ground. What's your view of AI and how it's going to affect the sector?
So look, I mean, to put it in perspective, we've been trying to automate processes in the produce industry for the last 10 years and more. And really, automation is the use of AI, right? It's the use of capturing the patterns in the business, capturing the data, and then getting the software with that data to make some decisions, right? Now, it's a journey to bring produce companies to that, but now with all of the technology development and what's available and the ability to bring data from all kinds of sources and consolidate it, and it all adds up to a big collaboration within the data. So, look, whether we like it or not, AI is here to stay. I'm not saying that, the human decision making will disappear in fresh produce, but let's say it's going to be massively helped by the data that's available from AI. And the great thing about it is you can go back and re-examine the results of what the AI is giving you, and it'll tell you whether it was right or wrong. So it's only just going to get better, and obviously more prevalent.
Yeah. But we need partners like you to help fresh produce businesses enhance.
Absolutely, and I think most of the ERPs out there, particularly the ones that are servicing fresh produce, most of them are embracing the whole AI. I suppose, protocol and bringing that data on. Yes, I mean, the ERP companies, I mean, if they're not looking at all of that and trying to help their clients in that way, they're not doing the right job on that. Yeah.
How can we find out more about Profit? If we've got people who want to get in contact with you?
Yeah, well, www.profitize.com, right? That's our website. Or anybody can find me in LinkedIn, Mick Heatherington, working for Profit North America or Profit PLC in the UK. You'll find me pretty quick on the LinkedIn.
Favourite fresh produce?
Oh, avocado.
Boom, you're a star. Thank you.
Thanks, Max.